Hello everybody, welcome to the Central European Championships 2021 from Szarvasi, Hungary. You're watching the round 3 MPO lead card. I'm Tomáš Valík and here with me is Amann.
Hello, hello.
I would say it's hole number 8. It's pretty hard, par 4, challenging. You can get birdie here and also double bogey.
Hole number 5, it's a great one, I really love that one, it's beautiful, it's a narrow fairway. Challenging in all parts, really fun to play, and there's some wasps, so that makes it even a harder challenge.
So I'm most looking forward to hole number 7. It's an island hole and I think there will be some good scoring separation. You can play for par, but I'm definitely going for it, and I was spotting for birdie for 2 times already, didn't hit the putt, but I'm definitely gonna make it today.
For me it would be hole 18, it's just a really tough way to finish this course. Tight fairway, OB, tunnel shot, everything, good distance.
Yeah, I mean, good question, it's all about style obviously, but today I didn't think about my sock style, so I'm wearing usual black socks. Hopefully that's not gonna backfire.
I think maybe a little bit like mentally.
Today I choose the fox socks. A lot of people told me that there are 2 different pairs, but there's actually just 1 pair, but they're 2 different socks. And yeah, I definitely think they will help my game a lot, because we're playing in the forest and I think I even saw some foxes there.
Just classic Sunday socks, just for the style. I don't think they help my game.
Alright, great words by our competitors. Here we have the scores. Jakub, Semerád already pretty far in the lead. Me, Bohdan and Georg pretty separated ourselves from the field a little bit. Bohdan might catch up with us from the chase cut though, so let's see if we can hold it down. Yeah, there's even a chance for first place for me and Bohdan, at least if we have a hot start. Let's see how it plays out.
So we go to hole number 1, where the players want to have a long, like 120 meters shot to the right, so they have a look into the window and an approach to the basket. The tricky part is you want to land on the right. If you are too left, you maybe have a cut-off angle and not a great approach to the basket.
Exactly. It's definitely better to miss your shot right than to the left. Here we see everyone getting ready. Yeah, first of the tee it's Kuba.
And I believe it was for the first time in the tournament you had a headwind on this one.
That's correct, there was a headwind, it was kind of surprising. Nobody was really sure how to deal it, because if you throw the shot on a pure hyzer you might end up short. I'm not sure. I mean, Kuba has some really good power, but with a pure hyzer it's still a really far shot to get to the mouth of the tunnel. So
he's throwing a 14 speed Ballista Pro.
And that's a pure hyzer, just a slight flip up.
Yeah, but he got it on too much hyzer and he'll be short.
He will definitely be cut off a little bit. Here we have myself, second on the card, second in the tournament so far. I'm going with a Halo Destroyer. And yeah,
and in both of the previous rounds you ended up pretty good, right?
Yeah, I always had a look for birdie, correct. And now I'm thinking again, just don't throw it too close to the mouth. Throw it maybe on a slight flex line even to get some good distance. And yeah, this was maybe flexed a little bit too strong.
You'll be pretty far from the window. It won't be an easy shot.
It won't be an easy shot, but at least I have an angle to attack the basket, so that's okay.
Bohdan.
Yeah, also really well-known player in the region, definitely one of the best players in Central Europe for years already. For those who don't know, he is the 2018 European Junior Champion, so that's a pretty big title, especially for a player out of Czech Republic that hasn't had that big names in disc golf so far.
Also definitely a historical moment for Czech Republic.
Definitely, yeah, I would agree on that.
But he'll be short of the window, but he can maybe stretch out to have some.
He will have some kind of shot. And here we have Georg Grubner from Hofstetten near St. Pölten. He is a really good friend of mine. He was definitely the surprise on the lead card. And yeah, he's on the way to the top at the moment. I mean, he has improved a lot in the last years. He has a really smooth form. Here you can see him ripping out the double G Halo Rave. Nice low line, and I think he has the best look for birdie.
He's standing straight ahead to the window. He's looking at the basket.
Yeah, I am furthest out. Yeah, I'm basically too far. I need to approach the gap on an Anheuser.
Is the mid-range?
Exactly, that's a DX rock. Just coming up a little bit short, but it's a look for birdie. Not too bad.
Georg here, I believe he was throwing a Luna in his approaches.
Correct. Throwing
way too wide, but he'll get through. And he'll have some kind of a look.
Yeah, not the cleanest shot. He was telling me that there was definitely some nerves for him.
Kuba need to opt for a grenade here. And he lands in the circle.
Yeah, that's a pretty fancy choice and fancy shot. I mean, you definitely make sure to be warmed up with that kind of a shot.
Bohdan, in the second round, he threw a putter here and to the ground, and he corrects that mistake, throws the mid-range origin, and lands in a circle.
Yeah, that's the good thing if you land at the same spot back to back. So, yeah, here we have the first birdie look. That's just inside circle, I think. And that was
the rim.
Really close. Yeah, unfortunate.
Do you feel the nerves, or?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I know if I want to have any chance on this tile, I really need to get a hot start. I mean, I'm already 7 back of Kuba, so he won't do too many mistakes. I mean, he can miss a putt here and there, like just seconds ago, but it's gonna be really hard to catch him if we don't make those circles edge putts.
Kuba was really shredding the course here.
Yeah, definitely.
Szarvasi, in the second round, he shot 10 down.
Do you remember what was the rating of this round?
1040, I believe.
No, it was definitely better.
Oh yeah, no. But before, when we were talking about the tournament with Dani, he said the double digits would be insane, and Kuba did then, so that was great, and it was 1049.
Yeah.
As Bohdan gets the only birdie, and you guys clear up pars.
And one birdie, the rest par. That's an okay score for the hole, but could be definitely better. Still, here we have hole number 2. Also good birdie chance for the lead card. 95 meters, basically straight, and a right turn at the end. Forehand definitely the preferred play. Backhand also possible. Let's see how our lead card is doing. Bohdan first on the tee. He's going with, you know the disc?
No,
maybe a
I
PD2?
won't be guessing. I don't want to be guessing. Maybe it's a PD2.
Yeah, Bohdan Bílek, sponsored by Discmania. He's basically throwing all the standard modes of Discmania.
It's a great skip.
Yeah, using the skip to his advantage. He's in the circle for sure. Might be a little bit obstructed though. Jakub Semerád, he's sponsored by Latitude for the first year now. He is already rated 1002. Second highest rated in the tournament.
His best is 1007, and here I believe he's throwing either an Ati or Warhorse from West Side, and he throws it low, gets an amazing skip, and lands like a 30 centimeters from Bohdan.
It really seems to be the play on the forehand play to use the skip.
Do you have a forehand? Do you use forehand sometimes?
Yeah, but not on the tee basically. Only use the forehand if I'm in deep trouble, so here I need to go with the backhand. Yeah, this time it was a little bit early on the turn, so...
You got lucky that you kicked out, right?
Yeah. It's a birdie look, but it's a really long one. Georg with a forehand, he is early again. He missed that shot early in second round. But yeah, to be honest, it's not an easy forehand, so... no shame to miss this shot.
From Jakub, you need to go with some kind of flex and then even hope for a skip.
Yeah, I would also suggest that play to people. So this is a pretty lengthy look, almost 30 meters. I was dreaming about ringing this up, so I was thinking, okay, if this goes in, that could be a really nice day. Let's go. Yeah, maybe just a little bit too long for me. Perfect layout.
Good approach, yeah, perfect.
Yeah. Jakub, this looks like a circle's edge putt. Kaboom.
He does the work and gets a birdie.
He has this really nice straddle putt, really effective on it.
Definitely.
Bohdan also known as a pretty good putter. Let's see if he can capitalize on this one.
And
Yes.
he does.
2 birdies to start the round. Pretty
And those
well
are
done by
important
Bohdan.
birdies because right now you are tied.
Yeah, Bohdan already tied me up for second place, so all chances for that. Maybe
Do you
even...
feel some pressure, or do you not recognize that you are tied?
Yeah, there was for sure some pressure, but let's go through hole 3
Hole number
quickly.
3 is a tight wooded shot where you are throwing a putter or a mid-range. Basically you want to land like 10 meters in front of the basket and scoot to the basket, because behind the basket is a danger. There are bushes and you probably won't have an easy putt from there. And kicking left and right is also not advised. Bohdan does hit a tree, but he'll be like on the edge of the fairway, so he should have a look out.
But he will probably not have a 3rd birdie in a row to start the round. So the thing before this round was,
And yeah, we see Jakub going long.
That's still a birdie look though.
He'll have a hard birdie from there. We'll see.
I'm trying to go with my P2, maybe get a stroke back from Bohdan. I didn't feel that much pressure because I was pretty sure if I don't mess it up too much I might end up with a medal. Because Georg was some strokes behind me and Bohdan was the only real danger to catch me, so in worst case, as I told myself, it's gonna be like 3rd place. I just need to make sure to not mess it up completely. But of course it would be better to even make a run for the title, so let's see if I can get something going soon.
With your approach.
Yeah, first of all I need to save this par, which is not the easiest thing to do. This is my S-line P2. I'm trying just to throw it perfectly straight to the basket. This worked out pretty well.
We saw also Georg going way to the basket. He'll be like on like 8 meters.
Yeah, he will have a pretty good birdie chance. Generally, that's no surprise, this hole is playing on the easier side of the course, only averaging 0.1 above par. Not many holes with that low of an average. There was lots of birdies, so Leadcat is definitely looking for some low numbers on this hole.
Oh, that was an unfortunate miss. It was a slow start for Georg. He couldn't get it going.
Yeah,
but
he just told me it didn't feel totally comfortable. For him it's the first time on camera. It's hard to just stay cool and relaxed.
But Jakub does stay relaxed and catches a nice putt from the bushes.
No problem for him, the pressure. Huh? He's a showman, isn't he?
Georg cleans up a par.
Yeah. Just like that, we approach the hole number 4. It's a dogleg par 4, 145 meters. You just need to throw it perfectly straight, about 80 meters, and then another straight shot is waiting for you where you can approach the basket. Birdie is only possible if you are in perfect position of your drive. Jakub, is he going with a harp here?
I believe so.
Some kind of putter for sure.
And he's gonna end up short, and that's a jail. He'll have to pitch.
Yeah, he definitely doesn't have a birdie chance from there, that's for sure.
But I'm going with a P2.
And that's a pretty beat-in P2. He's throwing it on a flip-up line, and this is the perfect shot. Yeah, I'm also looking to finally have a good shot here. Already feeling a little bit of stress, not getting anything going. This is my area X3.
You throw it high, but is it far enough? Yes, it is. And you're in the perfect spot.
Yeah, that's finally pretty much the perfect shot. Georg.
If you land somewhere around that white stick you can see in the fairway, that's the landing zone.
Yeah, exactly. This white stick definitely indicates the perfect landing zone of your drive. Georg again a little bit early on his drive. He will not have a play for birdie, that's for sure.
He'll be joining Kuba in the bushes. Here's Georg. First up, Just pitching out to the fairway.
Nothing else to do. There's not even like a risk play or something. It doesn't exist. Kuba doing the same. So now we will have 4 straight approaches to the basket, all 4 between 80 and 70 meters, I would say. Bohdan again going with his P2.
Yep.
He's playing the hole pretty easy, just taking his straightest disc and throwing it 2 times.
And he does a great job.
Yeah.
Parks the hole for a birdie.
Keep it simple, keep it easy. Great play by the Discmania sponsored Czech player. Was Bohdan actually a Czech champion before?
In
MPO division.
In junior division.
Okay, yeah. That's what I think. So
I think he won the junior in 2018.
But never the MPO.
No.
And also Jakub Semerád is not an MPO Czech champion, so what?
He was running for it, but not yet.
Okay, so there's no national champion on this card.
Not even you?
That's pretty interesting. No, I wasn't. I was on the podium 3 times, the last 3 times in the Austrian Nationals, but never on first place. But we have the first club champion of St. Pölten here on the card, unofficial club champion, and that was Georg.
But you're all playing like champions here as Jakub approaches with his putter to the circle, and you'll all have a circle 1 putts.
Yeah,
this
is circle 1, this is like 7 to 8 meters.
For your birdie.
Yeah, slightly obstructed.
Hitting the right side, low.
And yeah, you can see I was already a little bit annoyed on again missing, but yeah, it doesn't help anything, I just need to stay focused.
Jakub does a great job.
He is just saving pretty good par. Bohdan, pretty easy look for birdie, let's see if he can capitalize. He's looking good early in the round.
Just like that, he's 3 down through 4.
He's looking like he's gonna make a push, so...
And these holes aren't easy, but they are the birdies you wanna get.
Yeah, I would say so
the
too.
course gets harder.
Yeah. To me, the front nine at least looks easier than the back nine. Here, hole number 5.
Hole number 5, first shot will be for all these players a backhand hyzer. You wanna go out into the opening. And the second shot, an approach to the basket. Shot of your choice, what you're left with. Maybe an hyzer if you're to right, maybe a hyzer if you go way to the left. But what you need to do on this first shot is get out to the open.
Definitely, just crush it out, take a fast overstable disc like Bohdan does, crush it out here to the field, and then you definitely have an angle. This hole, I mentioned it in the preview, it's my favorite hole. It's just a really fun hole. It's so beautiful, pretty long, it has a lot of challenges. Kuba with a Ballista Pro.
Reminds me of Svinets a little bit.
Svinets, for those of you who don't know, it's one of the most famous tournaments in Czech Republic, the Moravian Open. CDGC 219 were held there, where I got my title. It's a really amazing tournament.
Dani scores, and Bohdan's as well.
Yeah.
Plays really well there. But you hit the top of the trees, right? You
exactly, it was just sort of left. I'm in
the jail.
Yeah, exactly, in the woods, something I need to scramble for a par here. This is not gonna be easy. Georg with a really nice shot, that was his double G Halo Rave again. And yeah, there next to me, there were actually a lot of bones by old deers, deers, so that felt like a pretty fun spot.
But you got really far from there.
Yeah, that was a decent out. Here, by the way, Georg is always throwing his double G Rave, but we always call him as well double G because he's Georg Grubner, so it's some kind of his disc.
It's his signature.
It belongs to him, yeah.
Yeah, but his approach went a bit to the left, and he'll be throwing from the bushes.
Yeah, that's gonna be a scramble for sure for Georg.
He'll have, but you have a great look for your
That one felt really good. That one felt really good because to have a bogey after not having a birdie on the first 4 holes, that would have been not good.
That would hurt, and you scrambled really well.
Bohdan. This is gonna be a really long look.
He wasn't happy with that. He went 2 to the right with like one of his most trusted discs, and he'll be left with a long par for his birdie. Jakub approaches to 5 meters.
That should be easy birdie for him. To me, Jakub is like the best putter from, I don't know, 7 to 8 meters. He's so consistent on that distance. You barely see him miss putts on that distance. I played with him already a few rounds. And
all of his shots are really consistent.
Exactly.
Like his backhands, his forehands.
Yeah. And he's also pretty fun guy to play with. Always has a smile on his face, and here we see him putting for birdie.
Yeah, on this hole, the other danger you mentioned it as well in your interview are the sticked crosses in the middle, which were wasp nests. So you wanna miss those, and all our players did, so they get some plus from this hole.
We forgot to mention George with a pretty nice scramble there. Forehand flick roller harp shot on his second as we approach hole number 6, which is another par 4 at 178 meters. There's OB to the left, tight woods to the right, and some OB bunkers in the middle of the fairway. So you really need to choose on what you are doing on your drive, and we are dealing with a really strong headwind here.
Jakub approached the tee pad with his roller disc. I believe he threw a roller in the previous round.
That's correct, with his Havoc.
And as he stepped on the tee, the wind started ripping. Right now we can see.
Yeah, it was really strong headwind. Pretty scary, I would say, because either you turn it over, then you're in the woods, which is not good at all. But otherwise, you might end up in the OB, or maybe even get a cut roller into the OB, which is even worse.
So he reaches for his Optox Explorer, which handles the wind pretty well. Turns over and flexes back. You can see how the wind was blowing the disc that didn't even skip there. So.
But really nice shot, really great commitment on the shot. The thing is, with the headwind, you really need to trust the understability of your disc, I feel, because otherwise you will fly to the right, like Bohdan's disc is doing. He didn't really trust the wind that much, so that's the result he gets, and this is gonna be very challenging up and down for birdie.
It will be, but you are throwing this. You have the same plan as always. You're throwing your T-bird.
Yes, I'm going with pretty understable T-bird, but throwing directly on the OB and let it turn. This is also pretty perfect shot. I was very happy about it.
Really far.
Yeah. I usually don't change up plans. If there's a headwind or something, I just remind myself to trust my game plan even more. Don't change it up too much, because, you know, that's what I practiced. Here we have George. He's throwing an Orion disc by Millennium. He's fading out in the OB. He maybe overestimated the headwind a little bit.
He'll be gaining 1 penalty stroke and throwing his approach.
Yeah.
His third shot. And he throws it into the bushes on the right. That's not a great spot, but you can probably get out of there into the center.
Yeah, I think he should get up and down for 5. But still, 5 is not the score you are looking on this one. This is definitely one of the easier birdies on the course.
And Bohdan, he wasn't happy with this shot. He threw, I believe, an origin, threw it very low, and it cut rolled into the OB, so he'll be taking a penalty stroke as well.
Yeah, Jakub with pretty easy forehand hyzer here, pretty basic. That should be another birdie for him. And I am still hunting my first birdie of the round. Things aren't really going the way I would wish it to, so this one is really my chance to shine. Finally put one close, but this upshot.
Did you think it would turn?
Yeah, I mean, I just didn't do what I wanted. There was some friends already coming, chatting me out. They were really, saying, what kind of shit are you doing, man? So,
Bohdan, come on.
Man, that's almost a par save by Bohdan. That was so
just
close.
A bit short for his par save.
Here we have George pitching out. That's gonna be an inside circle putt for bogey. And
are you outside?
I'm outside circle all day. There's some winds going on, swirly winds, some kind of tailwind.
And you cash it.
Yeah, finally. That one felt pretty good. Finally made a birdie. Let's go, and maybe play a little bit hotter for the rest of the round. George for his bogey. I really would like to mention Georg's really smooth and straight spin putt. He has, it's like so smooth and so relaxed, and if he hits the basket dead center, it looks so easy. It's really, everyone who is learning to play disc golf can learn from that putting stroke, because it's really I would say it's just the simplest putting stroke I know, just a straight spinner.
Hole 7 is a long par 3, which places with an island green, and you have two options. You either go for the green or play safe for your par with two approaches. And the other danger on this hole is the basket, because it's elevated and every putt on that basket feels really tough. Jakub here has a significant lead, and I believe he took 2 bogeys, so he's opting for a layup. He's playing for par.
Yeah, but he took the bogeys with the layup play. So
okay.
That's the thing for me. I mean, going for the island is pretty dangerous, because if you don't establish the lie there, you need to go all the way back to the fairway. But still, if you hit it, then it's the easiest par on earth. So I'm going with a T-bird slightly turned over. This is a pretty great shot just inside circle.
Yeah, and
I should have told you
you're
to
safe. That's all you need.
Yeah, really happy about that.
I believe Bohdan is going there as well. He's throwing his TD.
Yes, he's just trying to throw it on a slight flip-up line around the right side. This is a little bit scary with the trees.
But he'll be safe with a nice look.
Yeah, great shot. George, he's also going for the green. I was telling him just go for it. He takes his star wave, pretty flippy disc.
He has a nice form.
Yeah, pretty
jumps
smooth,
into the
pretty relaxed. Yeah, he does this little hop in his run-up, and this is the best shot of the bunch. Really nice flip in the middle of the flight of this disc, so beautiful.
Jakub is here approaching, and this is a tough shot for him, because you are all on the green. You're probably be all taking pars or birdies, and he doesn't have the best approach, and he was really upset about this.
Yeah, that's definitely a scary part, because there is some wind on the green and the basket is elevated. So
and when you're the only one who's playing safe, you have your putt for free, and you have 90 meters to an elevated basket. That isn't easy.
It's not easy at all.
Oh, Bohdan misses it, but he opts for his push putt.
Yeah, he changed up the style there to be a little bit safer, huh?
He'll be close for his power putt. New, hitting the bottom of the basket. You'll also be safe. Your putts are doing great even when you miss on this basket.
Yeah, that's okay. George also low.
As well. The worst thing here is airballing it.
Yeah, there was only one birdie on the day on this hole. Congrats to Bruno Korombai. I think that's an Hungarian player.
And great par putt by Kuba.
Yeah, he cleans up the par putt. Yesterday he missed pretty similar putt for his par, but this time he connects, and you can really see he is in the mode. He is already feeling really comfortable about his lead, I think. It's almost only a battle for second now, as I am not doing that well. So I try to battle with Bohdan. George might be in the mix as well. Here we have hole number 8, one of the hardest holes on the course, straight tunnel, 165 meters, par 4. Yeah, the basket slightly to the right. You just need to make sure to stay on the fairway, don't go in the woods.
So these players are going probably with mid-ranges,
yeah,
right?
And this is a compass from Cuba. He's just ripping it straight.
Going to get as far as possible. He'll fade out to the left, but he'll have some kind of shot from there.
That's a really good shot.
And he's really far, that's the other thing.
I'm going with my T-bird again, trying to cover some distance. Oh yeah.
You hit the wood on the end.
No, I slipped on my second last shot in the run-up. So I'm not sure if it was good to break up the shot or not. It was definitely some fun. Yeah, trying to get focus back. But yeah,
you looked upset here.
Yeah, exactly. I couldn't really focus on this second try, and yeah, really bad shot for me. I will have a tough scramble.
Bohdan with a origin, hugging the left side but trusting it.
Yeah, that's a decent play.
Beautiful shot.
Yeah, pretty nice shot. George is going with a truce. That's a pretty fun thing. George, the only player with a mixed bag. Everyone else is sponsored by some manufacturer, but he is really throwing a really mixed bag. So
that is the truth.
Pretty nice choice, I would say.
But using it to his advantage with this beautiful shot.
Yeah, that was a really nice one.
That's you.
Yeah, there was no other option than pitching out, and I even didn't pitch out well.
Yeah, you have the tree in the way, right?
Yeah, and I also have a little bit of sloped run up, which is never that comfortable. So I'm trying to cover distance here, but this
you try to flip it?
Yeah, I tried to flip it over a little bit. Didn't work out well, so I'm still scrambling.
Bohdan here with his second shot. I believe he's throwing PD3 like he did in the previous rounds.
He has a look for birdie here.
And he saws it up to the right.
Yeah, no look for birdie after that shot anymore.
It was an early release. He'll be in the bush, so that will be a tough even scramble for a par.
Yeah, for sure. George going with a sidearm. This is just a little short, but still
with some kind of a look. And Kuba here is throwing a forehand, flex forehand with his Opto X stiletto.
Oh man, this disc is so overstable. I mean, you could see that on how heavy on the angle he threw it.
It looked like a roller out of his hand.
And here we see me finally going to a forehand. There was not too many other options. This is a Firebird. Also pretty decent shot actually.
Also flexes out.
Yeah, I will have a look for bogey.
And only has a putt here. And this looks so promising, and he hits like one of the last trees.
Yeah, there's just so many trees in the way, huh? I think this is his look for par.
I was getting really upset. It's his second look. It's his third look from outside the circle, and he didn't make one.
Bohdan really known as a really strong outside circle putter. I've seen him make so many long putts throughout our playing together. Jakub for birdie, just slightly left.
Flashes out left side. He was telling me he was upset because had he made the putt, he would be -3 for the tournament on this hole.
That would be great.
Which would be insane. Still
only one birdie on the day on this hole. Congrats to Balint Kasai. So this hole definitely playing on the harder side, as I miss my bogey putt, which I'm already a little bit upset about everything. Just playing that bad. So things try to slip away a little bit from me. So maybe podium spot is not that secure anymore. Here we have Bohdan putting for a bogey.
Oh, and it's a bad miss from Bohdan. He's pushing right side, and he'll have a double bogey.
Yeah, he has a double bogey as well. Kuba and George with easy pars, just like that. There's some time to reset again.
So you go to hole number 9, which is a tough par 5. You need a straight shot that needs to end up somewhere in here behind the tree. Your second shot is a tunnel shot that wants to skip left, and then you have still an approach to the basket in like 70 meters.
All of us are trying to get some water again to stay hydrated. Here Jakub, he rips on an Explorer, I think.
And he ends up really right.
Left actually.
Oh, left, yeah.
And birdie is gonna be tough from there, that's for sure. George, he's throwing a bolt. MVP disc, pretty nice, and has a shot. He hits the gap perfectly.
And goes around the tree and ends.
That's a great
He's
drive.
so far.
That's a great drive. One of the best on this hole for the weekend,
and in
for
the
sure.
middle of the fairway.
Yeah, for sure. It's so fun watching George if he has this kind of shots, because it looks just so relaxed. This is really cut off, way too far to the left. I either need to pitch out or go to the woods. Definitely not in birdie range.
And then we are all going with really fast discs. Bohdan went a bit too high, and he'll be fading out to the left, somewhere close to you and to Kuba. And I was standing here behind you, and I was like, "No, don't go through the forest. Don't go through the forest."
Yeah.
And you did. You hit some tree, and you're like in the middle of it, right?
Yeah, I only progressed about 10 meters, maybe 15. But to lay up to the right is also, it's always so hard.
Yeah, I believe that.
So yeah, just trying to make something happen.
Enheiser.
That was a pretty decent shot, I would say.
He's still hugging the left side. He'll be in the forest still. He isn't out.
But he has a pretty good chance for par. So that's not too bad on this hole, as it averages more than one stroke above par in the MPO division. So
Jakub didn't get really far with the throw, unfortunately.
Georg with his Sexton Firebird, he's trying to skip it around the corner.
And he does so.
Yeah,
he's in a
pretty
great
well
spot.
So let's see what I have got left. This is,
And this is a similar place where Katka was in round 2, so you need to match her, because she threw it well, and I think she threw it better than you.
Definitely, that's for sure. I mean, I needed to go to the side. I'm just out of the woods, but not really far. Jakub also hitting a branch.
These shots to the basket look every time so promising, and then they hit the one branch they need to miss.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a shame from Jakub.
Bohdan.
Bohdan here, this shot to me was unbelievable.
Yeah, this was a really good shot. I was also really surprised. I was just staying there, waiting for some kind of pitch out, and then suddenly there was this shot.
I didn't expect this. He was throwing a distance driver, I believe. It was a DD2.
Yeah, I'm still trying to save for par here, but it's more than scary, because the gap I need to hit is about half a meter, maybe a meter big.
Oh, and you hit this.
Yeah, not that surprising.
Some kind of pole that isn't a tree, right?
No, that was a tree.
Yeah, it was, okay.
But it was, at least it was better to miss this gap to the right and not to the left, because otherwise it would have been even worse.
And Georg throwing his drove, sliding onto the green.
Yeah, beautiful played hole.
Nice,
I mean,
nice look for his birdie.
Pretty close look for his birdie for sure.
How many birdies were there on the day?
Not many, I can tell you that. Only 3 on the day.
Jakub sliding as well to the basket. That's the way to the basket. You can't throw it high.
Yeah, exactly.
You need to skip there or slide there.
Yeah, I'm also pretty far out. I need to go low. I'm going with a star rock, hitting the ground already pretty early, but this was a really nice approach.
And
just making sure to not end up with that high of a number.
Yeah, and you need to trust the disc to skip.
Yeah.
When you're throwing this to the ground.
Definitely. Bohdan with a long look, that was even for birdie, wasn't it?
I believe so. And yeah, hitting the bottom mid-rim again. He had so many great looks.
Yeah, kind of unfortunate.
Great putt.
After his hot start, he is not playing that hot anymore on the end of this front 9. Georg for the lone birdie on the card. Can he connect?
Great putt by Georg.
Only 2 more players connecting on the birdie, Andrei Gerbets and Shimon Galia. I'm saving a 6 here, and at this point I already thought, okay, I played 2 6s in a row. Now Georg had 2 4s in a row, so I lost 4 strokes on 2 holes. Maybe that's gonna be a battle with my clubmate and good friend now for the podium, so I really need to make sure to stay ahead of him. Let's see if I can manage to do this on the back 9.
It's getting close as we are heading to the back 9. Jakub is cruising at -22. You are at -9, same score as Bohdan, and Georg and Bona actually are battling for the 4th place.
It's definitely gonna get excited.
So stay tuned for the back 9 of the final round MPO lead card Central European Championships in Szarvasi, Hungary. This was Tomáš Valík
and Stanislaus Amann. Thanks for watching. Attila.
Attila.